I. Prelude to War. By 48 BC, the Roman Republic teetered on the edge of chaos. Political tensions between Gaius Julius Caesar and Pompey Magnus had escalated beyond compromise. Caesar, fresh from his decade-long campaigns in Gaul, had amassed power, wealth, and a fiercely loyal army. Pompey, a veteran general and political heavyweight, represented the Senate's interests and the old order of Rome. Their rivalry was no longer political. It had become inevitable war. The civil war had raged for years, with Caesar pursuing Pompey across Greece, cornering him near the city of Pharsalus. Both leaders understood that the upcoming battle would be decisive. Caesar's soldiers, battle-hardened veterans, trusted their general implicitly. Pompey's forces, although larger, contained many new recruits unfamiliar with the horrors of war. The stage was set for a confrontation that would change Rome forever. 2. Armies and organization. Caesar's army numbered approximately 22,000 infantry and 2,000 cavalry. Each legion was a tightly coordinated machine of experienced men, drilled over years of campaigns. His right flank cavalry, though outnumbered, was supplemented with 2,000 spearmen hidden behind the lines, a clever tactical preparation designed to surprise the enemy. Leadership was distributed among capable commanders. Mark Antony held the left flank, Domitius Calvinus commanded the center, and Publius Sulla led the right. Pompey's army, by contrast, numbered roughly 34,000 to 40,000 infantry and 5,000 to 7,000 cavalry. His troops, while numerically superior, included many inexperienced soldiers. Pompey's formations were deep and structured: Lucius Lentulus on the left, Scipio at the center, Ahenobarbus on the right. The right flank was protected by a river, providing a natural barrier. Labienus commanded the cavalry on the left, poised to execute the traditional flanking maneuver that had been a hallmark of Roman tactics for centuries. 3. Terrain and strategy. The plains of Pharsalus stretched flat and open, providing clear sight lines for archers, cavalry, and infantry alike. The lack of natural obstacles meant that numbers could be decisive, but it also allowed skilled commanders like Caesar to execute intricate maneuvers. Caesar extended his lines to match Pompey's deeper formations, ensuring that his smaller force could engage evenly along the front. He relied on discipline, timing, and strategic deception rather than brute force. Pompey's plan was simple yet potentially devastating. His cavalry would crush Caesar's smaller force, then swing around to attack his infantry from the flanks and rear, while his deep infantry lines would hold Caesar's men in place. Caesar, anticipating this, devised a counter-strategy, including hidden spearmen to trap the enemy cavalry, a bold and unconventional move that would define the battle. 4. The battle begins. At dawn, Caesar's legions advanced in perfect formation. The rhythmic stomp of thousands of boots echoed across the plains. As the troops approached, they halted briefly to reform, presenting a disciplined front against Pompey's larger, imposing lines. The first clash of swords, shields, and gladii erupted as Caesar's infantry met Pompey's in a thunderous engagement. The cavalry engagement on Caesar's right wing unfolded exactly as planned. Initially appearing to falter, Caesar's troops drew the enemy in. The hidden spearmen surged from their concealed position, encircling Labienus' cavalry and cutting them off from retreat. Panic spread among Pompey's horsemen, who were soon routed by the combined assault. Caesar's forces pursued relentlessly, gaining momentum for the next phase of the battle. Turning the flank. With Pompey's cavalry neutralized, Caesar shifted his focus to the left flank of Pompey's infantry. The veteran legions pressed forward, crashing into the enemy's line with disciplined precision. The young recruits, untested in battle, began to falter under the relentless pressure. Caesar committed his reserves, compounding the chaos. Soldiers fled in panic, lines broke, and Pompey himself was forced to retreat from the left flank to avoid capture. As the left collapsed, panic spread like wildfire through the rest of Pompey's army. Soldiers abandoned positions, camps, and equipment, while Caesar's men advanced relentlessly. What had been a structured traditional Roman battle devolved into a chaotic rout, with a larger army disintegrating under the superior discipline and tactics of Caesar's veteran troops. 6. Aftermath and consequences. By the end of the day, the battlefield was littered with the fallen. Caesar claimed approximately 1,200 losses among his men, while Pompey's forces reportedly suffered 15,000 deaths, with an additional 24,000 surrendering. Pompey himself escaped with a fraction of his generals, leaving the plains and camps under Caesar's control. The Battle of Pharsalus demonstrated the importance of strategy, discipline, and leadership over sheer numbers. Caesar's careful planning, tactical deception, and the loyalty of his veteran soldiers secured a decisive victory, altering the course of Roman history. It showcased not only the genius of Caesar as a commander, but also the devastating impact of inexperienced forces pitted against battle-hardened veterans. Pharsalus would resonate through history as a turning point, not just for the Civil War, but for the rise of Caesar as the most powerful figure in Rome, setting the stage for the end of the Republic and the emergence of imperial rule.